Hi guys, so I'm doing another tutorial for you with the NSI Secrets range, the new mermaid collection. I'm going to start off by using my NSI precision brush to create a reverse smile line using rose blush. So I've placed it on in a reverse method and blended back towards my client's cuticle. And then I want a nice deep smile line, so I'm pulling that acrylic down and then pressing on top with the belly of my brush. And just keep making sure that that smile line stays nice and crisp. So my next bead of rose blush, I'm going to leave that liquid in so that it blends nicely down to the client's cuticle area, but also onto the bead that you've already applied. And again, just make sure that that smile line is nice and crisp. Just keep going back into it. Now I'm going to build up my apex with, I'm going to use NSI Crystal Clear, but if you want rose blush to look a little bit more pinky, then use something like Extreme Pink rather than Crystal Clear. Crystal Clear is obviously not going to change the colour at all, so it depends what look you're after. So again, just checking that smile line. So I've allowed that time to set, and now I'm coming in with my 150 grit file and just crisping up that smile line so I know it's nice and crisp, and when I put my colour up against it, it's going to be lovely. So just remove your dust with your Lush brush. So the first product I'm using is from the Secret Shades Ocean Waves, which is the beautiful dark blue with the shimmer in it. Just make sure that smile line's nice and clean, because you're not using it as a strength powder, you're using it as a design powder, so it doesn't want to go above that smile line, it wants to sit lower. So just use your brush to clean it up, make sure it's nice and clean from every angle. Point of your brush, just wipe it away from your smile line, from your cover pink, and you're blending down towards the tip. So you can see I use these nice and thin and wet, so I'm just using them as a design powder. Then I'm using the Mystical Memories, which is just pure glitter, so I've dipped into my Crystal Clear to pick it up. And now I'm using one of the effects ones, which is Glittering Jewels. It's a clear acrylic with beautiful little silver holographic hexagons in there, so that's a really pretty one. And now I'm just going to cap my free edge with my NSI Crystal Clear. I don't need to put any more clear acrylic on the nail bed area, just on the free edge now. So just capping all that glitter, making sure I've got a good coverage. And just smoothing it down. Just missing a little bit on the side, so just pop a bit on there. Just making sure I've got a good coverage all over that nail. So now I can let that nail dry. And then I can file it with my 150 grit file to make sure that it's all nice and smooth. And then just refine it a little bit more with my white block. And then I'm going to glaze and go this nail to get the shine, and then I'm going to do a little bit of 3D on top as well. So glaze and go and into your lamp for 120 seconds. Look at that blue, I absolutely love that dark blue. Ocean Waves, it's gorgeous. So into your lamp. So once that comes out of your lamp and it's completely cured, no tacky layer or anything like that with glaze and go. So I'm going to do a bit of a 3D wave now, using NSI's Pure White. So I'm just picking up a bead with my mini 3D brush, moving it with the point of my brush while it's still nice and wet and movable. Don't wait for it to start to harden. And then I'm creating a wave effect by just pressing certain areas of that product, not all of it, just certain areas, so that you get sections that are pressed down and other sections that are not. Just cleaning up a little bit with the point of my brush. And I do this in sections, don't try doing it in one big piece, just do it in sections, it's a lot easier. I'm going to come down the nail nice and lots of movement, nothing straight, you don't want any straight lines. It's a nice wavy effect. And the pure white's great for doing 3D work with because it's a really solid white. I wouldn't recommend that you do it with radiant white because that bounces back on you, whereas pure white doesn't. So you can see that wave starting to come now. Just going to bring it further down this nail. Don't want to cover the smile line up too much because it's nice. So I'm going to push back the other way this time. So again, that wave's got lots of movement. And just make sure you keep cleaning up so you don't get any excess little bits. So again, just using that point of my brush just to direct the product, and then belly of your brush is the part of the brush that you press with. So point to move and belly to press. Just a little bit more coming down that nail now. And just press it out. So I'm going to finish this design off just by putting some little beads of colour. I'm going to use one of the shades which is Cool Breeze, which is like a blue-grey part transparent glitter. Really pretty. Got acrylic in there as well, so you don't need to dip into crystal clear for this, just go straight in. Not picking up any new monomer every time because I want them to be quite small. And I'm also going to make these shiny by putting Glaze and Go on top of these beads, so they look like little jewels then. So it's an alternative to using your Swarovski crystals. You can make little jewels with your acrylic. So just tiny little beads. And then I'm going to pop some little white beads in there as well. Again, just using my NSI Pure White. Nothing too big, nice little ones. Just where you've got any gaps. And it's a really nice design coming down that nail. So just popping my Glaze and Go just on top of the blue ones, just to make them nice and shiny, and then cure that in your lamp. Again for 120 seconds for this Glaze and Go. And that's that nail done. Hope you like that one, guys.